Hello, the website that I'd like to look at is slack.com. It is an application, so I'm able to store it on my desktop. And my goal for this year is to develop more opportunities for the students to have discussions and to create more feedback within the group. And so I thought this is a wonderful application for that. I found it today, and it is a free application, although you can get upgraded versions, but I think the free application is a great start. So they say it's where work happens. There's a number of reasons to use Slack, and one of it is to make a better workplace environment for collaboration. And you can see all the different companies that use Slack. Now, I did download it, so it's on my desktop, and when I click on it, this is what I see. I have my AP Chemistry class. You can do a sign-in name, and I wanted to use Mrs. Bernat since that is what my students call me. So I use Mrs. Bernat as the sign-in name, and you have a number of threads. Now, I did watch the tutorial. I'm not sure how many threads you get for free, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make as many threads as I can and then update them if I have a limited amount. Now, you see in my channels, right now I have 3 channels. I have Atomic Theory, General, and Random. These two were established by Slack itself. They already had these put in. So I was the one who made the Atomic Theory. So when you go on this channel, you see that I have on it, "Hi everyone, here's a space for our Atomic Theory conversations. Please write the historical event that could be the key moment in the development of the atomic theory." And then the students who I invite, which will be all my AP Chemistry students, will be able to put their information down on this conversational website. It's kind of like a Facebook and a Twitter combined. So I thought that that was really good. And it's very private. Only those who are in my channel, who are subscribed to my channel and invited by me, can see this. Now the next one, the General, I thought was interesting. What they did was they just made this as an all-purpose work channel, and I'm thinking about using this more as an exit ticket so that those students who are absent from class that day will understand what we did in class and what they need to make up. And then Random is where students can post some interesting science movies that they've seen or things on the news, and they can just post it here to Random. Now, this I thought was a very interesting part of this application. It's called direct messages. Whenever Slack needs to send you an information, or if you have a question, you just click on Slackbot and it'll answer the question for you. And it also, I can talk within my application. So I did download an application called Polly, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Or I could use this one. This is a direct message to myself. So let's say Slack, I find out in the future that Slack only allows a certain number of channels. What I can do is I can copy the name of the channel and the question here to my direct message, and then next year at the beginning of the year I can cycle the channels through again. That way you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but there is a nice safe storage place for you to store your ideas. Here is where you invite people, so I would send an email message to my students. And then here's the applications. Now when you click on this, there are so many applications available. It's just unbelievable. And they're all work related, so it's very helpful. The two I downloaded today because I found them to be interesting was Polly and Jiffy. Jiffy I thought was interesting because it's an online library of all these animated GIFs, which I'm sure the students are going to really enjoy using. And then Polly gives me polls and surveys. So I can, if I wanted to use it as an exit poll for the class, or if I want to use it just as an instant assessment of their understanding and if they understand where we are in the material, I thought that it probably would be a great format for that. There's another one here that also does polling that I might check out as well and just compare the two and see which ones I want to keep. So I hope that gives you a good overview of what's available. I think this application is very interesting, and I'm definitely going to use it this next year as a way to reinforce discussions and collaboration in an open community among my AP Chemistry students.